number one thing that I find myself, as well as others, constantly searching for, in a rush for, is their own success. It's success. You know, the new People magazine that people subscribe to isn't what the Kardashians are doing. It's not even what other people are doing. It's all about what we're doing. That's what we're obsessed with these days. At least a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of coaches, a lot of people that are growth oriented. What the buzz is about is, are we moving fast enough? Are we doing enough? Are we trying to make every single moment of our lives productive? Are we trying to make everything, a product of productivity? Constantly moving forward, constantly growing. And, even if we are, even if we do value growth, productivity, expansion, and we're growing towards that, right? Okay, but do we really think that by the end that we reach our life, do we really feel that we're going to say that we've lived our lives, that we've embraced the moment, rather than being so future focused and future oriented, all in the name of success, all in the name of making an impact, all in the name of making change, when in truth, it's all a drama. It's all a play. It's all something set up so that we can play out a story. But at what point do we step back from our own human experience and we slip into that transcendent moment that transcends all human experience? So today's video is just a kind moment of encouragement and congratulations to you, because the fact that you clicked on this video means that some part of you, some higher part of you, it wants you to slow down. It wants you to embrace your mistakes. It wants you to be able to see that it's not all about success. It's not all about achieving or reaching some great new height. It's about really being here in the moment and appreciating what you have, and recognizing that the journey at soul level, the journey is a long one. What we came here to learn, you can't learn in one lifetime. So the question here is, are you caught up in the rat race? Not of needing to look good like People magazine, and not even trying to make enough money so that you can exit the matrix, but the new rat race of today's time. The new rat race is personal productivity. How productive can we be? As an entrepreneur, as someone, an equal entrepreneur, such as possibly you, whether you are one or whether, more than likely, you probably have some type of project that you're working on. But, the question then becomes, well, how focused are you in that project, and how much are you putting energy towards it versus it just being an idea in your mind? And whether or not it's actually becoming something tangible or not, how much in your mind are you putting energy towards it? Are you thinking about it a lot? Are you doing something about it? The point here is just whatever that project is that you have, would you be willing to give yourself some time to enjoy today, every day? Just some time to enjoy. Some time to enjoy what you're working towards. But not even that, it's to enjoy what you've already earned, to enjoy all that you've already been given. You know, that equal balance of moving towards something, but at the same time, you know, really enjoying the play. I cannot tell you, you know, before I went to Mexico, I had myself attempting to accomplish I would say a pretty strict routine, and I've always struggled with it to a certain degree, and I made myself wrong for it many times, and would, you know, reach a certain level of consistency and then would break off. And, you know, I have had the privilege of seeing other people and how they live their lives, both as a coach and then those that are close to me. And I've noticed that there's others that are close to me who have a very strict routine as well, and that can be helpful, but there's a point where obviously it can be too strict and not flexible enough, and then things start to happen to you in this case. And I just, when I left to go to Mexico, and then I was in an unknown place, everything was unknown to me, I realized that, wow, I really had myself in so much control, and I had no idea. I was attempting to control so many facets of my life and how I wanted it to go and direct it. And meanwhile, I was squeezing out all of the fun in my life, because not only was I trying to control, but I was also on a mission to see how quickly I could acquire that control, how much I could be successful in my own mind based on what I thought success was. And over the recent days and months, especially more in the recent days, I've come to understand that it really isn't. I know it sounds silly because it sounds so cliche, oh, it's not about the destination, but, you know, I have a new appreciation now of, you know, I recently I had a midlife review at 33, and my higher self came in as I was on a flight, a plane flight, and I ended up having a profound spiritual experience on the flight, and completely healing experience, completely just, you know, heart opening, crying. It was very, very moving to reflect on my entire life and what I've experienced, and not just what I've achieved, but also taking a look at how much I've constantly been striving for something more, and because of that striving, also experiencing suffering towards myself, about myself, and the relationship that I have with myself and have had with myself was really illuminated in that moment. And as shortly after, I was shown all the things in my life that I could be grateful for, experiences in my life, everything that I've experienced in this life up until now. And I've really begun to see that the most important thing that we can be successful at, in my opinion, it really is the relationship with ourselves and how we choose to spend our time here on the planet, how we choose to spend our time each day either by ourselves or with our loved ones, and just not taking this for granted, not taking this life experience for granted, and having an appreciation for everything that you've experienced thus far, and who it's made you to be, and the choices and the lessons and the loves, the lovers, the family members. Just really being appreciative and grateful for who you are and what you have. And being grateful for what you don't have. Because it's in the not having that the suffering comes from. And being grateful for the suffering. Being grateful for the fact that this is a huge gift. That in all reality, everything's fine. But it's our human perceived, our human problems that are perceived problems that allow this to be such a gift. To allow this to be such an incredible learning, humbling experience. To come into that remembrance of who we really are and what we're really connected to. And recognizing that this has all just been, it's all a play for our own love, for our own benefit, because we are loved. Because without the human experience, there would be no story. And so, my question, my challenge, my invite for you is to have a check-in and see, are you trying to get to the end of your story? Are you actually allowing yourself the experience of your own story? Without rushing to get anywhere, without always putting the goal outside and ahead of yourself, always trying to get this done and this done and this done before you can enjoy, before you can do this, before you can do that. Can you just let that go? Just for today. And give yourself some acknowledgement for all that you've achieved, all of who you've become, and all that you don't have. Can you be grateful for the suffering, for the lessons, for the human experience? Because all this is for you. All this is for you. You're free to interpret your reality as you wish. That's how loved you are.